Rachel. Thank you so much for meeting up with me. So excited to look at our 2019 Indigenous dress. Yep. So Indigenous Round is the 16th of June this year, and so excited to wear your designs again. I'd just like you to, I guess, talk me through them.
I think the really exciting thing about this dress is it's kind of acknowledging that the success of Queensland Firebirds is more than the 7 players on the court. You know, we've acknowledged, particularly this season, we've got a few youngsters coming through as well. And the crowd has been really supportive of the Firebirds. So this whole dress is really about creating that support network for the players. It's really about a celebration of Aboriginal culture, but also, you know, the core values of the Queensland Firebirds. Yeah. As part of the creative process, we did ask all the players and coaching staff their input of what it really meant to be a Firebird and what this round really means to them. And I think this dress is an extension of that and a celebration of that. So I'm really excited to see all of you in it again.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Do you have a favourite, I guess, piece or item on the dress?
I'm a sucker for pinks, so I really love this element here. Not only because it has pink, but also what it represents, and that's the element for past, present and future. And I think it's really great to acknowledge that Aboriginal culture has always been a part of Australia's history, but to put it on, you know, the Suncorp Super Netball platform is like the future as well. So it's really exciting to have that as an acknowledgement of where we've come from and where we can go with this round. Jem, I obviously get really excited watching you all run out on court in this dress, but what does it feel like as a player wearing it?
Yeah, it feels so special. It's such an incredible moment in time for me especially, and I didn't get to wear the Indigenous dress last year in the Indigenous round, so I'm really excited that I get to do it this season. And I guess representing both the Firebirds and the Indigenous culture, it's so important, and I think the girls feel really privileged to be able to wear an Indigenous dress. They really want to learn about Indigenous culture, which is exciting, and they ask me lots of questions about it as well, and they like to hear my stories, so which is really heartwarming. Our mobs are pretty much like neighbours. So what mob are you from again?
I'm Garang Garang and you're Waka Waka?
Right.
So I think we border each other, so I'm Bundaberg area and yours is Rocky area, is that right?
Yeah, a little bit of Rocky. So Dad grew up in Gayndah, so up kind of near Sherberg Way. And because he was in the army, we moved around a lot when we were growing up. So I guess, you know, I didn't really get that connection back to country as earlier as, you know, I wanted to. But I guess individually I had to, you know, find my identity by myself, which was really exciting. And then I guess opened up to my dad and asked more questions.
I've always lived in Ipswich and grown up in Ipswich, so I'm very similar in that I didn't have that connection back to country, but I still sort of felt it and like finding my identity. I kind of find that through my artwork, and so this isn't just like part of the Queensland Firebirds, it's also like an extension of my own connection to country. I'm a big believer in the power of artwork has to be able to, you know, share stories and be that vessel for change, and I think that's what really drives me, is kind of using something that's really visually appealing but embedding stories in it. So this is like the second Indigenous round. I mean, for me, I have high hopes for where it can go, but for you, what do you reckon would be, you know, 20 years time, 5 years time?
Hopefully in 20 years time, you know, that I'd love to think that our culture is more integrated into just everyday life. We don't need a week, we don't need like just these certain days to, I guess, showcase our culture. I'd love to be able to have a purple dress with even just this beautiful bit, little bit of Indigenous artwork on it, just so it's kind of with you all the time.
I always kind of feel like when I do art, I've got that presence of my ancestors as well. So like, it's kind of exciting that you're the only Indigenous player now, but in 5 years' time, you know, the legacy that this round can create and who comes through, you know, the ranks is really exciting. So I feel like Aboriginal culture is only going to get stronger within Suncorp Super Netball, and it's really exciting that Netball Queensland and Netball Australia have kind of created this.
Kind of weird to get my head around, because I know, I look at the Suncorp Super Netball competition at the moment and it's so diverse with all amazing international talents coming in, but I'm still only the Indigenous netballer in the whole competition. So it is interesting, and I go out to remote communities and I see all like the talent out there, and I just think, oh my gosh, if you were like playing netball down in Brisbane, you would just be like snatched up, like talent identified. But I hope in the future that there are more Indigenous netballers out there and playing at the top level.
So when you go out to communities, is there something that you like to a little message you leave behind as encouragement or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. I just think, I tell them, if you believe in yourself, if you really want to pursue your career in netball or whatever it is, back yourself. You can do it. There's so many pathways. You don't have to be, it's not always just like this, it's up and down, and they're just their faces, it's just so heartwarming seeing. They do light up. So Rachel, thank you so much for meeting up with me and talking about this beautiful Indigenous dress. There was just one more thing we wanted to talk about in regards to our support network.
I think the beautiful part of this story is that we really acknowledge that there's such a massive support network for the Queensland Firebirds, and we've represented that in this artwork. And I remember last year after the round, I was standing in line at a shop and I looked up and saw a young girl wearing one of the t-shirts that are available with the artwork on it, and I just got so excited because that's really what the legacy is for this round. It's about sharing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture and really igniting that understanding within communities all over Australia. So it was so exciting, and I can't wait to see everyone in it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see everyone in our beautiful new arena, all in the purple, all wearing this artwork. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, can't wait.